It's FM 104's entertainment show, The Juice, with me, Sean and Sanjay, on your Sunday morning. And in studio, we have a man who's storming the charts right now, Joe McElderry. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. You must be really happy. Like, straight in at number 2, I believe the album went in. Classic. That's brilliant.
It's really exciting. I was actually quite nervous because obviously when I did the TV show Popstar Opera Star, everybody was like going crazy for the classical stuff, and I was like, should I do it? Should I put some on the album? Should I not? So it was kind of one of those things. I was like, is everybody going to take this? But they have. Everybody seems to really love it, which is nice.
Okay.
It's always a nice feeling.
Is classical music something you always wanted to do then, or were you into classical? Because you weren't really into it, I believe, before that show.
Yeah, well, I didn't even really think about it. Like when I got offered the show, I had just come back from a 3-week holiday. I was all chilled out. It was one of the first things in 2011, and I was like, maybe and I was all relaxed, and I thought, let's just do it, it'll be a fun experience. And then it was miles away. I didn't really have to think about it. And then June came around and I started the rehearsals, and I was like, oh my god, what have I set myself up? Because it was really hard to switch from like two different one style of music to a totally different, and have to balance between the two, because I was still doing shows. I was doing shows in different things, and it was really hard. But then halfway through I was like, oh my god, I really actually enjoy this. And I thought, you know what it is? When I was doing the shows, people were like chanting, like "Sing that and Dormas," chanting these classical songs. Yeah, like young people, like 14-year-old girls, right up to like 60-year-old women to 30-year-old men. It was just everybody was going crazy for it. So I thought, I've got to put some on the album. So it's worked. So
are you just like glutton for punishment? Because I would have thought going on these shows is extremely stressful. Like, obviously you did the X Factor and you won, you're brilliant on it, but it must have been stressful actually doing it. So then to put yourself in that position again, where you have to perform every week to millions of people viewing, is it just second nature to you at this stage?
I loved the X Factor and I loved the experience of it. I kind of had forgot about all the stressful parts and just remembered it as a fond memory. And I thought, oh, it'd be nice, to do the kind of weekly live shows again. Yeah. Then realised once I got there, wow, again, here we go, the nerves are pumping, and even worse, having to sing something that you're not used to singing as well. Okay.
And do you still watch the X Factor things? Obviously, we're all glued here in Ireland. It's back on our screens, and the American one is starting on Friday. Do you still watch it yourself, and do you think it's a good show to go on? Would you recommend it?
I find it difficult to watch it now, because with us being so busy, but I always try and catch up on it and watch it on, catch-up TV and things like that. I think it's good. I think, if I'm honest, I think Cheryl's a big miss.
Yeah, but I really miss her.
Yeah, I do, but I think the new judges are doing a really good job. And I think it's a new show now. It's a totally different show. Yeah. And I think that's the thing that you need to focus on now. It's a different... it's a different show.
Do you still stay in contact with Cheryl? Talking about Cheryl, like, would you still be in contact with her?
Yeah, we text each other now and again and make sure we catch up when it's possible. But yeah, it's nice to, we shared that experience. It's nice to kind of keep in contact.
You must be happy for her, because it's come out in the papers that they're in America. It seems to be people are saying that she was brilliant on the X Factor, because obviously she was on for half an episode, and it seems to be she might get another gig out of it in the States. Like, she must be happy. You must be happy for her, right?
Yeah, I am. I mean, maybe it's one of Mr. Cowell's mistakes, Yeah. I mean, she's amazing. She's a star. Everybody loves her. She's got a fantastic personality. So I had no doubt people in America would like her, but it seems somebody else did.
Okay, well, obviously since the X Factor, you are a face that everybody recognises and everybody knows who you are. So how have you handled that side of the whole thing, the fame thing? Like, if you walk down the street in Dublin today, people are going to come up to you. Do you know that kind of way? Do you like that, or does it get a bit annoying after a while?
I don't. It's a funny one to get asked, because I don't like it, but I don't dislike it. Right. It just happens. And, because I think I don't get wrapped up in it all. I don't I don't thrive off it. It's not why I do the job. I do it because I get to perform. Yeah. And I love nothing more than meeting people and meeting fans and chatting. But at the same time, it's a daunting thing, that the whole fame thing. And at first I was a bit like the rabbit in the headlights. And only just recently, I think just previous to the Popstar Opera Star, I had got it, and I understood how to kind of separate it in my life, because previous to that I was a bit like, what is going on here? It's hard to get your head around. But yeah, I just kind of enjoy that people enjoy my music. That's the main thing, and I enjoy that people enjoy something that I enjoy doing as well.
Is it true you auditioned for the X Factor and then walked away from it though 2 years before? I didn't know that. I was just looking up on the internet and I found that out somewhere.
I was just turned 16 and I went in. I think it was the year that Leon Jackson won.
Right.
And I got a boot camp and I just freaked out. I was far too young. I'd never been away from home before.
How old were you?
I had just turned 16,
Oh,
so
damn.
it was about 2
You're
weeks
a wee
after me.
baby.
Yeah, and I just missed home. I just didn't. I didn't understand the whole TV thing. I was like, oh my god, what is this? And I said I would never go back in for it. And
Really?
everybody was like, you'll regret it, and I said, I won't regret it because I'm never going to do it again, and I will never do a TV show again because I think the TV side it was enjoyable, but I took away from it the kind of bad experience of missing home and being out of me comfort zone.
Yeah.
And then I was sitting on it was a cruise ship going out to Amsterdam. It was like a mini weekend break, and I was sitting at the dinner table with my mum and auntie and everything, and I just got this kind of wave of something through us, and I said, I need to find an internet cafe. And my mum was like, what? And I just went, I'll be back in a minute. And they were like, what are you talking about? And I ran off, and I went to the internet cafe on the ship and applied and went back, and I went, I don't know why I did it, but I just had to do it then and there and then.
And the rest, as they say, is history.
Yeah.
So come here. You mentioned you love performing, and you are going on a UK tour, aren't you?
I am. Yes.
You're not. Are you coming to Ireland now?
I'm trying my best. We're trying to lock some dates in, but it works with all the boring stuff that nobody needs to know about. But it's logistics of how we're going to get it here and things.
Yeah.
But I'm dying to come out here and do a show.
Brilliant. Well, listen, for now, the album's out, as I say, classic. It's doing amazingly well, and it's going to do huge business here in Ireland because everybody loves you over here. So you have to come. Right? Promise us you'll do your best.
I promise that if I don't come with the tour, I'll be here for something else, and I'll make sure I perform here.
Brilliant. Joe McElderry, thanks a million for coming in to talk to us.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Cheers.